Yeah, what's up, guys?
What up?
So we're getting ready to give you a tour of this $1 million home, $1.2 million off Sutter Ridge. It's a beautiful home. We'll give you all the details in a second. And in a little while, we're going to show you, first of all, we're going to show you how to flip a home with no money out of pocket and make money the way the investors do without spending a lot of money.
And we're going to give you a huge tip on how to find out on what you qualify for in 20 seconds or less.
Yeah, so you'll be able to figure out what you or anyone can qualify for in about 20 seconds.
Now let's take a look at this awesome place.
All right, let's take a look. So Chris is going to give us the tour.
All right, you follow me? Huge backyard. Beautiful. Plenty of room for your dogs. Plenty of room to entertain.
Yeah.
Look at that view. Incredible. Incredible.
Nice.
Now, if you follow me inside, there's a lot of house here to show. Giant kitchen, obviously, gas appliance, double stoves.
So this house has 6 bedrooms? Wow.
So show the flyer. Flyer's
No, I didn't show the
beautiful.
flyer yet. Okay. Chris wants me to show the flyer. Chris is proud of his flyer. He made this actually himself. Chris the Crippler. Boom. Open house.
I had a little help from this guy right here, by the way.
Yeah, Testing Blue Media. Check him out. Chris has a lot of fans that are very loyal, very loving, that do this stuff for him.
They help me out.
Put me there on the bottom. I appreciate it.
By the way, we've got Jason's fight quote books here.
Boom.
Autograph cards for me if you guys decide you want to stop by.
Yep. Magazines here. Pick your favorite. The Corner of Bragg Avenue. Classically Current. 100 Years of Parks. And some epic fighting stickers.
Yeah. Take
All
a
right.
look.
We're starting down here. Okay.
We're going to start here. This is one of the living rooms.
One of the living rooms.
Laundry room, huge. Wash sink, washer dryer.
Dang. This is bigger than my bedroom right here.
Oh, and this is one of the garages.
This is one of the garages.
one of the big 2-car garages. Easy. Plenty of room to park your cars. That's the best thing about this house. You've got a place to park your cars inside, but then wait till you see this other garage. It's a great place to keep all your...
Nice. Here, you hold it. Give a little bit more of the tour and some insight. I'm going to grab the old clip to get the wide angle lens.
Okay, all right.
Show them our setup. Hey, look, what's up? So we're actually live right now. So
So we got some food. We got sandwiches here. What up, Doc? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, man? It's Chris. Hey, doing a live Facebook feed right now. Say what's up to all my fans, to everybody there in real estate. You see everybody's writing in, saying hi. We're gonna mature the house. This is kind of neat right here. Let me unlock this door. It's like you're inside, but you're outside. You know what I mean? You can get a little loud, stay outside, get your own fireplace, kind of a private place to chill, hang out, and you don't have to worry about bothering your neighbors. Nice, lovely dining room area.
let me see. All right. I'm going to try this old.
Go on the Olo clip. Wide angle.
Whoa. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Much better. Wait,
Where are you taking us?
Check this out, Jason. Okay, another bathroom. Come through here.
Look at that. Very nice.
This will probably be an office room for me, but check this out. Here's the kids' bedroom. One more room.
Whoa. I didn't even know this room was over here.
You didn't
Okay.
even know this room was here, did you?
It's a secret room.
Hidden room.
Oh, wow. Carlos Delgado, Dickie the Bear, Michael Lawrence Akers, Corey Kelly, Chris Paulson,
And
Maria Leben.
I'll be playing the grand piano for you in a little bit later. You're going to hear a tune from
Stick
me.
around. You're going to see Chris's piano skills. He's actually,
Hey Maria, how you doing?
yeah.
Check this out.
Another garage.
Another garage. Store your toys in there.
We got some toys in here. Wow.
I love the four-wheeler. I love the off-road vehicle.
Yeah.
That's why we need to sell this house so I can get one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, David? How you doing?
Hey, the attorney with the most. What's up, man? Hi, how are you?
I'm hiding.
You want to say hello to our fans?
Oh, hi fans.
Hello, hi, nice to meet
Hi,
you.
good to meet
We're
you.
doing a live Facebook thing right now. Real quick.
Yeah.
So we're just giving them a tour of the house.
Cool.
And I'll tell you what-
We've got some food and drinks, beverages, help yourself, kombucha, water, sandwiches. We've also got a flyer with more details. This is a 6-bedroom, 5-bath, 4,500 and some change on the square feet. And by the way, if you guys look up David, he's not only is he an attorney, but he's also an epic fighter.
He also.
You look good in this suit. This is the first time I've ever seen you.
You're always used to me in my fight shirt and my board shorts, right?
Yeah. Chris, he fixes up better than you think.
I clean up nice. Okay, back here, one more big bedroom. Nice big closet.
So a closet here.
I like this one because you got this door that opens right up. Small little balcony here. Check it out.
Nice.
Beautiful.
This neighborhood. Look at those mountains over there. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow.
This bathroom, we actually share a bathroom with the other bedroom, so if you got a couple kids, this is perfect.
Couple kids share these sinks here.
Share these things. Bathroom, shower, the other bedroom.
Yeah. I think your fans want you to stick around, are sticking around so they could hear you play the piano.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
Jesse Taylor's on. What's up, Jesse?
What up, Jesse?
Yeah, Larry Black, Mikey Lawrence.
Hey, win your fight in Russia so we can sell you this house.
Yes.
Jesse's fighting in Russia in about 5 weeks. I've been helping him out. I can't wait to see him crush his opponent.
Whoa, this is high. Nice.
Another closet. A lot of house.
A lot of house.
A lot of house to cover.
All right. What does this have its own bathroom too? Oh, it does. All right.
Might need a light bulb in that bathroom, but that's an easy fix.
Jamie Buttery, what's up? Ken Mead Jr., Frank Mannion. Colette Lori Gallagher, what's up, girl? She was at our social media.
Oh, she
conference.
was. Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
how are you doing?
Linen
More
closet.
space. And now I bring you to the master bedroom.
What?
Yes, check this out.
Wow.
Boom. But wait, there's more. This bathroom is, I'm gonna try not to cuss. It's gangster. Let's just say that. Here's one. Here's your toilet there. Bathtub.
Wow, look at those views.
Giant walk-in closet.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Gotta have the double shower.
What?
That makes it so fun and easy. May I
There we go.
accentuate the word fun? All right.
I like it that there's a little seat there. Sometimes your legs are tired, you know. You did squats
Another
that day.
giant closet.
A lot of closet space.
That's it. We've actually got a few clients downstairs, so we should probably go down and
Let's check them out. Yeah.
do our job. Oh,
Yeah.
I promised I'd play the piano for everybody.
Yeah, you promised to play the piano. Wow. That's beautiful. And guys, I just did an open house like 5 houses away from here on a house that's like twice as big as this one. So if this house right here with almost 5,000 square feet at 1.2 million isn't big enough for you, not a problem.
Nah, this is it.
We can get you something bigger. That one had 8 bedrooms and somewhere close to 8 bathrooms and was like just under 8,000 square feet.
We're actually shopping for a house for Doc that he sold.
A dock is sold.
The dock is sold.
If we could,
We got some financing to work out, but
if we can get Doc this house for the price that he's trying to stay under, I'm sure he would be sold.
all right. Now, I bet y'all didn't know I could do this. Gong. That's about my piano playing. These hands weren't exactly made for precision, if you know what I'm saying. So.
Not made for articulate.
No, not at all.
So we got this living room area here.
What up, man? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. I heard you just bought a house, though. You did, huh?
I heard you cheated on us and bought a house a few months back without using our services. What do you got to say about that?
Your coach, your fight promoter.
Oh man. Your best friends. You let us down.
Horrible, dude.
Now you got to send us 3 referrals to make up for that.
Who's this?
This is Heidi.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I got a place at the end of December, so I don't think you were even starting to get into the business.
That's true. I know. I'm just giving you shit. Where you at now?
Normal Heights.
Normal Heights.
Normal
But
heights.
you know what I hate about that name? Nothing normal about it.
Well, that's the fun of it, though. That's
It's
the fun of that
like
neighborhood.
it's so funny because every ghetto neighborhood it has like it's like Sweetwater or like
But Normal Heights is actually a nice neighborhood.
Mountain Brook, and then like that good neighborhoods are like Normal Heights. You know what I mean? Like some simple name. You ever notice that? This is a good neighborhood.
What do you guys think of the house?
Great, man.
Yeah?
Kind of wish the housing bubble hadn't happened. I'll be out in this.
Yeah, we could. So you're saying if we can get you this home for what you're trying to pay monthly, you're all in?
Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yes.
Yeah. You picked out some homes that we're gonna go through and check out today.
Yeah, I picked
You
up
drove
some-
by a few.
Yeah, I drove by a few.
Good. All right, we're gonna take you after this open house to look at some, and hopefully we'll throw some offers out for you, get you an escrow. Here's a cool little area, you guys. So this is like in between the house. Got a balcony off of that bedroom, looking down into here, and outdoor fireplace here. It's a really cool setup. So you're literally just like outside in this area. The other house I was telling you about that's a few blocks away that was a lot bigger than this one. It looks like 2 houses. They are connected, but it looks like 2 large, completely separate houses. And in the middle is a really big area like this. So, who else do we got?
Started with me in Hawaii, and then he's been.
Corey Kelly says I look like Mark Hunt.
little prettier. I'd say just a little prettier.
You know, I knew I would have never put
Nice
that together, but
closing
now
question.
that you said it, I can't unsee it.
You
Now-
can't
yeah. Now I
unsee it.
can't unsee it. Now that you said
Dude,
Mark Hunt? Oh,
but do
man.
you have his right hand? That's all I want to know.
No, but I have a nice left hand. All right, so you guys want to know it's 4,450 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths. A few people are asking where it is. So this is in a place called Rolling Hills Ranch. These are some of the nicer areas of Chula Vista. A lot of people in San Diego think Chula Vista it's very far south. It's in the South Bay. It's south of San Diego. And a lot of people don't understand that Chula Vista is a huge city. And there's a lot of really amazing areas. And then there's some, lower price areas. So this is the fancy area. Some of the nicest homes in San Diego, believe it or not, are in the Chula Vista zip codes. But it's so big that there's 5 Chula Vista zip codes. So the huge houses and the really nice neighborhoods that are brand new are 91913, 91914, and 91915. This is 91914, which has the least amount of homes. So there's a high demand for it. It has the lowest fees too. So typically a house like this and some of those other zip codes like 91913, 91915 will have, $500-$600 a month total fees. This one only has a $97 HOA fee. And that's just because if you look around the grounds, this is one of the neighborhoods where the grass is still green and Lots of flowers and trees are planted, and everything's just a little bit nicer. So we promised we were going to tell you a couple tips. One was how to flip homes for no money out of pocket and make money like an investor without having to do any of the work or put any of the money down. And the other one was how to tell how what someone qualifies for really quickly. So first, I'll start off with how to tell what somebody qualifies for in 20 seconds. That's simple. You take their monthly income. Let's just say somebody makes, I'm going to use easy numbers here, $5,000 a month. Cut that number in half. So that's $2,500 a month. Subtract their minimum loan payments. So let's just say they have a car payment of $300 a month, and then they have a minimum credit card payment of $100, and 2 other credit cards where the minimum payment is $50. So now you've got $300 plus $100 plus $50 plus $50. That's about $500 a month. All you do is subtract that $500 a month from the number you got by cutting their income in half. All right? So $2,500 minus $500 is $2,000. So that particular person would qualify for $2,000 a month payment. Now, depending on what interest rates are and what type of loan they're getting would depend on what the purchase price is. So you make $5,000 a month, cut it in half, it's $2,500. Take that $2,500 and subtract the $500 in their minimum monthly payments, which is typically 90% of the time it's just a credit card and car payment. Every now and then they have a student loan or a personal loan or something like that. And then they'll qualify for $2,000 a month. So that's an easy way to figure out what payment someone qualifies for. If you have a lot of income and you have a lot of debt, I notice a lot of people who make over $100,000 a year will have a car payment that's $700 a month and another car payment that's $500 a month and sometimes a third car payment that's $500 a month. It takes away some of the purchase power. Then you got people that have very little income but they don't have any debt, and so they can get away with qualifying for something. Another tip on that is if a little side secret is if someone doesn't have a lot of income, sometimes they could buy a 2, 3, or 4-plex, meaning a duplex up to a 4-plex, use the income from the other units to qualify for more. So let's just say it's a 4-plex and there's a couple 2-bedroom units and then there's one studio. Well, the person can buy it, say they're living in the studio, and use the income from the other 3. So you guys are wanting, you can't unsee, making fun of the comment how you can't unsee me looking like Mark Hunt. I'm going to have to double check that. So back to Leben. So you guys, we want you guys to ask some questions. So Leben, first of all, what does Doc feel about this house? Does he want it?
Doc definitely wants the house.
Okay. What about David Lynn? Is he going to upgrade? Is he going to sell his home and buy this?
They both want the house. It's just whether or not they can have the house. It is a beautiful place, that's for sure. Just takes a certain type of buyer. So if you're that type of buyer, man, give us a call. Come down and check it out.
Yeah. What if they're not? What if they only qualify for 500 or 300 or 250?
Man, well, you know what? There's houses in all those ranges, whether it depends on what neighborhood you want to live in. Maybe you want to live somewhere, we were talking to Doc, maybe you want to live somewhere still yuppie, maybe a condo's the option for you. You know, you can still live somewhere really close to downtown, somewhere really classy and nice, just be in a condo instead of having a big house. If you want a big house with 5 bedrooms, you don't have a lot, you may be in Spring Valley, you may be a little bit further out. You know, there's always a way to make it work. Right.
So we have one client right now who he owns a few businesses, right? And then he doesn't show a lot of income.
Exactly.
He already got his tax return and stuff. But then he said he just wants to own something because he's been renting his whole life. So he was cool with a 1-bedroom or even a studio.
There you go.
Right?
Perfect. Or in his case, got a lot of friends. He can, up to a 4-plex. A duplex or a 4-plex, and then he can use that extra income that he shows from renting out those units to pay for his mortgage.
So instead of qualifying for something really small because he doesn't show income, he could actually qualify for a much higher purchase price in 3 or 4 plots.
That was something I talked to him about, and he was actually really interested in that.
Right on.
So.
So Mike McClellan, Jamie Rodriguez, Mackenzie McAvoy, Kevin Mogul, Corey Kelly, Josh Danger Hero Davis, David WJ, all you guys, we want to hear some questions for you. It doesn't have to be real estate. I know you guys want to ask some other questions for Chris Leben, but you could ask him whatever you want. Oh, we didn't show you guys the front of the house. Let's check out the front. So ask any real estate question, any fighting question.
And I did promise to tell them how they can tell
I
what.
showed them
you,
the qualify thing, yeah.
You stole it. That was mine.
Oh, damn.
Remember that
You
was
were giving the tour.
That was going to be my secret giveaway tip, and you took it from me.
Salesman extraordinaire, Ken Mende Jr., Donald Stevens.
Look at the front of this
Justin
house.
Daly.
Beautiful. Justin Daly.
Yeah.
What up, man? Justin Daly actually made those flyers.
Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Justin, if you just tuned in, we gave your business some shout outs. Beautiful flyers, man.
He's done a ton of stuff for me, and if anybody's looking for somebody to do that, he's the guy to reach out to.
Dude, it's hard to find a graphic designer that you can just kind of like explain kind of what you want to do, because a lot of times you don't know because you're not a graphic designer.
And not only does he do it great, but he does it quick.
Yeah.
A lot of graphic designers, you're waiting a week and then they send you something, it's the wrong thing, so you got to wait another week. No, I'm talking maybe a day most, hours sometimes, and he's got something great already sent to me.
Yeah, that was really quick, because sometimes my graphic designers are like a week later and you're like, oh man, I don't even need it anymore. Okay, so we got a few questions. Number one, have you ever thought of fighting again?
Yeah, you know what, man? I mean, I always keep it as an option. I'm in the gym training every day. I still go in and I spar hard. So it's not like I'm not doing martial arts. I'm still competing in martial arts. You know, and with my supplementation, my herb regimen, my changing to the vegetarian diet, my heart's continuing to improve. So right now it's just kind of a waiting game. If it got good enough, then I would be able to think about it. But right now it's not on the table, so I don't think about it.
Okay, so basically it's...
Jason, actually, one of the reasons I got on that vegetarian diet, Jason's a vegan and also stronger than me, which is hard to believe.
We found that out yesterday.
You know, and he also informed me, strongest man in the world, actually vegan.
Aaron Pete taught me that, who's a vegan himself. But yeah, I Googled it and it's true. The strongest man in the world is vegan, and the strongest animals on the planet are all vegan.
There's more, you know, protein per pound in spinach and broccoli than in any meat product out there.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay, is Wanderlei Silva, is Vanderlei buried in this backyard? Ken Mende Jr. So he said, Hindo or Bisbing?
Man, I sure hope Hendo. Bisping's been getting better and better, and by the way, his physique looked pretty amazing that last fight. So
are you implying something,
I
Chris?
think he's definitely got his nutrition dialed in. I mean, we know how that fight's gonna go. We know Bisping's gonna run backwards. We know Hendo's gonna go like this.
Yep.
Hendo's gonna. My prediction is Hendo eats about 100 jabs the first round and a half, and then lands one huge haymaker. And I just hope, for me, after he knocks Bisping out, just like last time, I want to see one of those Superman flying finishers. Because you
that
remember
was one of the most brutal,
how brutal that was.
knockout punches
Worst
I've ever
thing
seen.
was everybody questions the ethics on that. Like, that was not his fault. That was the referee's fault. When you're in there, when you're in the heat of battle.
More people out front. Come on, keep talking about it. Hey guys. Come on in. We're just doing a little video of the house. But
We're great for realtors.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
make
we
yourselves
don't
at
have our
home.
cars,
Check it
we're
out.
Walking.
No problem at all. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask. Thanks. So you hope he throws the after the fact.
The after the fact bolo, I would love to see that. Yes, absolutely.
Cool. We got some more questions. Oh, by the way, that question came from who asked that question? Oh, Chris Palmer. Awesome. Is Vanderlei in the backyard? It's awesome to see another Oregonian doing so well. Right on, Chris. Keep it going. I'd love to see you in the octagon. Is there anyone that you have beef with that you would still like a piece of in the fight game? Someone you would love to punch in the face?
Man, you know what? I meet people every day that I would love to punch in the face. But truthfully, I don't have time for beef. You know, it's that old saying, why would I let somebody live rent-free in my head? You know, old beef, it's not worth hanging on to. I just let it go.
Yep.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, it's like holding on to a hot piece of coal that you want to throw to someone. When you want to throw at someone, you're only burning yourself. I heard that analogy used before. So we got a question. John Brown says, talk more about qualifying with the fourplex and owning a studio. So what I said about the studio is sometimes fourplexes are like,
I'm going to help Doc out.
yeah, help Doc out. We'll come back to Chris. You guys keep asking more questions for me and or Chris, and we're going to make sure that all of your questions. Doc, very loyal client, good friend of Chris's, awesome guy. We're going to get. So sometimes the fourplex is just all 4 units are exactly the same. It's 4 1-bedroom units or 4 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath units or something like that. But sometimes it's a 4-unit where most of the units are 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or maybe even there's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and then a tiny little studio. So it's considered a fourplex. And so what you do to qualify for more is you use the rental income of the units that you're not going to live in. So if you're okay with living in the studio, which would rent for the lease, say the studio rents for $500 a month, but the other ones rent from $1,000 to $2,000. So you could use those 3 units that rent for a lot more. Let's just say one rents for $1,000, one rents for $1,500, and one rents for $2,000. Now you got $2,000, $3,000, $4,500 worth of income that you can use as your own income. So you might only make $3,000 a month. Well, now they're qualifying you based on 4, 5, 6, 70, 500. So $7,500 a month income, which means now instead of only qualifying for 200 and something, you can qualify for 700 and something, which is how much maybe the fourplex would cost. The fourplex is going to range all over the place, just like a house or a duplex, depending on the area and how nice it is and the square footage of all the units combined and all that fun stuff. But there are situations where you can literally make minimum wage and qualify for a large property because the rent makes sense. And what do they base it off? They base it off of the projected rent. So if there's people already living there, hey Zyra, come by our open house, girl. If there's people already living there, then you're going to base it off of what they're paying. If there's people not there, then you base it off projected rent. So you just kind of give a projected number, and the big question is, well, how do we know if that number's accurate? Well, it sounds funny, but the banks that are qualifying for you, they do stuff like go on Craigslist, and they just see what, like, 1,000 square foot, apartment in that area rents for $1,500. We can estimate that it'll rent for about $1,500. So they just kind of use simple tactics like that, common sense tactics, like going online and seeing what rentals are going for in that area. So not enough people do that. Not enough. That's a way to grab 2 to 4 units on your first property. And it's the exact same thing as a house. If you're VA, meaning that you served in the military, it's the best loan in the world because you get to put 0 down. You have no PMI. You still can buy a fourplex. If FHA, which is another amazing loan, similar rates to VA, you just have to put 3.5% down. You can still buy up to a fourplex. Now, once you get into 5plex, that's a different type of loan. It's a commercial loan. But 2 to 4, it's the exact same thing as buying a house, but no one does it. And you're knocking out 4 in a row. So if you're trying to accumulate properties, it's 4 at once. And then whenever you're buying a property, you want the property to be owner occupied. You could be like, it has to make sense, meaning that you can't buy a 4-bedroom house and then be like, okay, now I want to buy a 1-bedroom condo and I'm going to live there. The bank won't buy it. The bank will be like, that doesn't make sense. Unless you're 80 years old and like the kids moved out and I need, less property to maintain. But if you're in a 4-plex, that makes sense. That story makes all the sense in the world. I don't want to share a wall with a neighbor anymore. So now I want to buy a tiny condo. That makes sense. And then I want to buy a small house. And then I want to buy a medium-sized house. And then I want to buy a big house. You can accumulate property. So you started off with, say, 4. You could even buy 4 and then say, I'll need something a little bigger, and then go buy a bigger 4-plex or a duplex where your unit is going to be bigger. And then you could even go to a condo and then a house. And so you can accumulate a bunch of properties right there, and they all make sense. So more questions, you guys. Crippler Real Estates. We won't tap out when finding you a home. I like that slogan. Matt, Unga Chic. Great answer, thank you. How much would that 4-plex cost? It depends. So there's 4-plexes for $2 million in really nice neighborhoods. And then there's the cheapest 4-plexes I've seen recently. They're like in Logan Heights, City Heights, Spring Valley, and Escondido are the areas where I've seen some low price 4-plexes. And they're up there. 600,000 would be a lower price one. Good question though, Damon McLaughlin. Crippler, what makes you more nervous? Getting in the cage or trying to close a deal? How can I make minimum wage and get qualified? Well, again, if you make minimum wage and you don't have any debt, there's not a lot you can qualify for unless you get like a really small condo in either the outskirts of San Diego, more rural areas, or with a low HOA, or maybe like a small studio. But in a 4-plex situation, it could work because you're using the rental income of those other properties. So then it's more how much can the actual property boost what you qualify for, if that makes sense. Zakaria, hello from Germany. How are you? Is it possible to get a mortgage with no down payment? So if you're a veteran, that's easy, yes. If not, yes, you can. There are first-time homebuyer programs where you can waive the complete down payment, but there's catches to it. And I'm going to go into those catches, but I don't want people to get bored about too much real estate talk. So I'm going to answer a few more questions for Chris the Crippler. So what questions do we have? Be careful, good answer, awesome, brother. Let's see. Hello from Germany. Is that hard to do in California? No, not necessarily. Anything's possible. Oh.
It's like non-alcoholic beer still has some alcohol in it.
It's got less than 0.5%.
0.5%.
So you're talking about non-alcoholic beer?
Well, Doc's afraid to drink a kombucha before he drives home.
Oh yeah, it does have 0.1% alcohol.
No, actually, 0.5%.
No, it says up to 0.5% because 0.5% is the amount that is considered low.
Let me show you the arrow here. Where did it go? See?
Less than. That means less than
0.5%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the idea is if it if it ferments more, it could get up to that much. But
remember,
usually
the arrow means the alligator eats the bigger one.
Right.
That's how I always remember it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is our setup, man. If you guys were here, you'd be eating sandwiches with us. Give me some more questions for Chris. So is that like near beer? No, beer has... How much alcohol does beer have?
If it's Budweiser, it's like 3.2.
3.2?
Some of those micro brews have like up to 8%.
Oh, wow.
Pickles have, I don't know, 0, I think.
I would hope so. All right, more questions for Chris, you guys. Etienne Mortier, he says he knows me. Is it possible to get a mortgage with no down payment? So yeah, to answer your question, yes. So there's a couple, there's one that's very popular that's not necessarily 0 down, it's 3% down. But there are grants that can pay that 3% for you. Another grant that can pay the closing costs for you, which it could be $10,000, which if you don't have, we'll get the seller to pay, so don't worry about having.
Are you a military man like Doc here?
If you're a military man like Doc, You don't need to worry about down payment and all that bull stuff. But the way that those grants work is they'll pay 17% of your down payment, you pay 3%. And like I said, there's grants that can pay for that other 3%. There's a grant for your closing costs. There's a grant that'll pay your first 5 years taxes. So you can qualify for all of those. What's the catch? You got to go to a class. It's like an 8-hour class, or actually it's never 8 hours. They say it could be up to 8 hours, but usually a lot less than that. You get a certificate, and then the catch is it's called the shared equity program. So you sell, what up, Lori? You sell your property in the first year, you have to split your equity 50-50, but who sells their house in the first year? And how much equity would you really have, right? The second year, if you were to sell, it would drop down to 45%. The third year, if you were to sell, check out that stove, it would drop down to 40%, and it would keep dropping down 5% per year until the 12-year mark. Then you don't have to share any of your equity. But you still have to pay back that 17% that the bank put down for you. Now, if you live there for 15 years, that becomes a complete grant and it's completely waived and you don't have to pay any of it back. So if you buy a property with the shared equity program and you live there for 15 years, best deal. It's an amazing deal because you basically just came up on that 70% down payment. You get to keep all of it. However, if you're buying a property that you don't see yourself living in for the next 15 years because refinancing is more difficult, trying to move somewhere and rent it out, you're technically not supposed to do it. So when you go to sell, it's like, why weren't you living there type of thing. So if you don't plan on living there long term, and even if you only live there 8 years, that's fine because, you know, you're going to have to share some, but not a lot. But the average person sells their property every 7 years. No, the average person doesn't stay in their home more than 5-7 years. So that might not work for everyone. So for those people, it might make sense to come up with the 3% down payment. Other questions? Beer in Ohio now has no limits on alcohol content. Good to know, Matt. Chris, I have a mutual friend of you, Pi from Maryland. Do you know Pi from Maryland?
PAI from Maryland?
Yeah, David WJ says he has a mutual friend from you.
Probably, maybe.
Okay. Leben, do you still talk to Nate Corey?
Sometimes, you know, not as much, but you know, I follow him on Facebook and stuff. Nate is Nate's a hero to me. Nate's a great guy. He's also angry at the world, sometimes a little tough to deal with, but love him to death. Yeah.
Chris Paulson wants to know how the heart is these days.
It's getting better. It's improving.
How much improvement has it had?
Well, I started at 18% ejection fraction. That went up went up to 24. Now it's at 30%, and I've made even more adjustments to my diet and supplementation since then. So we're looking good. We're looking better, at least. Yeah.
And going back to Nate Corey, I've met him before. He's an awesome guy. Super nice, super humble. They're signing a bunch of autographs at this event.
Really, he's really helped me out a ton in my life. He really has.
Yeah. And I remember I was talking to Brandon Vera about him once, and he's like, oh, me and Nate get along great because we're both video game dorks. So Barry Wilkinson says, hello, hope you're doing well from Vancouver, Canada.
What up, man?
Yeah. So Corey asked, does that apply in Oregon also? I assume you're asking about, well, I'm not sure. If you're asking about the fourplex situation, yes, it does apply in Oregon. If you need a realtor that could help you out over there, Chris and I can refer you one that works for our company. We are on the Stewart Estates team, which is under Keller Williams, which is the largest real estate company in the world right now and growing. And so we have agents all over the country.
We can help you find an agent in Dubai if you need one.
Yeah. So, and if we do that, then we'll actually be connected to your transaction because we'll be able to follow up with that agent and make sure you're being taken care of, and they'll actually give us a referral fee as well. So we would highly appreciate it if, no matter where you're buying, let us know and let us do the research and find the highest qualified, most skilled, trustworthy payment. 0 down payment in Oregon. Wait, let me ask. Let me see if you mean. So if you were asking about Oregon on the first-time homebuyer programs, No, they're going to vary. Like that program that I just told you about is actually for the city of San Diego. So other cities like Chula Vista, they get their own grants, and you have to wait for the grant money to comes in because it comes and it goes. So what'll happen is they'll get let's just say a $10 million grant to give those first-time homebuyer programs. And when the money's gone, it's gone, and then you wait for it to come around. So the one that I just gave you was a San Diego example, and it's been going on since I got in the business, well over a decade ago.
There's so many programs, so many first-time buyer programs, so many different options that you can do until you actually apply and send in your taxes, send in the stuff that you need. You never know what you'll qualify for.
So that's a good question. What do people have to give you for you to figure out what they qualify for?
Well, it's pretty easy. 2 years tax returns and a couple months of pay stubs, I think, will pretty much get everybody figured out.
Yep, that's it. Last 2 pay stubs, last 2 tax returns, and then maybe last 2 bank statements. And then the loan officer just runs your credit, and that's it. Credit scores, what kind of credit do you need? So VA and FHA require at least a 580, but a lot of the banks who the loan has to go through require a little bit higher. So you want to be 620, 640 would be ideal. And if you're not there, we'll show you how to get there within a couple months. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's really easy. If you've got some credit issues, believe it or not hard to fix those. You can adjust those and get that credit score up in just a couple of months.
Nice. I can't believe that there's no alcohol limit in beer in Ohio. Derek Jensen says, when the time is right, I'm definitely coming to Leben.
Yes. Thank you.
Crippler cares. The Crippler cares. I like that.
The Crippler cares.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that.
They're giving you, dude, they gave you another.
I need slogans. Let's hear some slogans.
Yeah, there was another slogan here. Corey Kelly says, what's your favorite fight in UFC?
Every fight is always the most important fight, but I am a big fan of my Terry Martin fight because, or are you talking about one of my fights or any fight ever? I should say. I'm getting
your fight first.
I'm getting selfish here. Terry Martin had me out on my feet, and if he wouldn't have dropped his hands and taunted me, he would have definitely won that fight. I definitely that's probably my favorite fight for sure.
All right, so Crippler. It says Crippler Real Estate. We won't tap out when finding you a home. Matt gave that slogan.
There we go.
Let's do some more slogans, guys. Oh, he said both. So what's your favorite fight in the UFC that wasn't yours?
Favorite fight that wasn't mine? Oof. Actually, I sure thought Joe Daddy, when he fought BJ Penn, took a beating. That was like one of the bloodiest fights ever.
Yeah, and such a highly skilled fighter who, Joe Daddy Stevenson has been in the game for so long. Actually, high level.
I just watched him fight, and he looked amazing. He just recently fought on True Form fight card.
Yeah.
I cornered Jesse Taylor on that card. It was actually the same night as Bellator in LA just a couple weeks ago. Joe Daddy's actually never looked better.
Yeah.
But his fight against BJ just highlighted every one of BJ's skills.
Wow. And he's also one of the best cornerman coaches I've ever seen in my life. He has fighters fight on our Epic Fighting promotion, which, by the way, Chris Leben is him and Jeff Glover are the commentators at Epic Fighting. And when you hear Joe Daddy corner people,
he's great.
He's great. Like, and JT Steele, who runs the state commission out here that we use, he was like, you don't understand. When Joe Daddy got into the UFC, he had already had dozens and dozens of fighting since he was a teenager.
Oh yeah.
And he had been beat up and beaten up some of the best of the world.
And his jiu-jitsu game is bar none. I mean, black belt from Mark Lehman.
High level, yeah.
Yeah, his grab game is unstoppable.
And when he corners people, he's like, put your left leg over his right foot, and you can hear him real clearly. And he's like, okay, now take your left arm, and he's telling him exactly what to do. And if you listen to him, he's like genius. And if you do it, you're winning the fight.
Brilliant.
9 times out of 10. So it says, cripple estates where we cripple the rates. A good slogan. Oh, so that one was from Paul Maurer. Jay Monsi buys. A good slogan for you would be, let me help you cripple the price on your new home. David WJ says, is it still safe for you to train? How do your doctors advise you on your training?
Well, you know what? They actually, at first, they didn't want me doing any cardio, but now that my heart has improved, I've been cleared to do cardio again. Of course, doctor says take it light. That usually doesn't happen. I probably don't take it as light as I should.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is.
But it's improving. Damon McLaughlin says, what's your favorite smoothie recipe?
My favorite smoothie recipe. Well, you know, I make a smoothie every morning, and I gotta plug my sponsor, Garden of Life. I use my Garden of Life raw vegan protein. I mix that in, and then I get the berries from Costco, the mixed berries. Throw a handful of those in, maybe a little bit of agave. Boom. Nice.
Jason Riggy says, bring the pain. Is that the slogan, Jason, that you're saying that he should use? Bring the pain?
I don't know if that's a good real estate slogan. I like Crippler Cares.
Yeah, that's a good one. So
I'm trying to soften my image here, okay?
Right.
I'm already scary enough. Jason wants me to go door knocking, and let me tell you what. When I knock on doors, people don't answer. Half the time, when people see me walking down the street, they cross to the other side of the street. So, you know, I do have that issue to get over already. So,
sorry you guys, I'm trying to get, if you left, I'm going back and trying to answer all of your questions. We've got well over 100 comments so far, so thank you so much for your support. Would it be smart to take a loan on my 401k for a down payment on a home? The answer 9 times out of 10 is yes, and here's why. The real estate is going to be a good investment. Whoever's managing your 401k and the stock market, their mutual funds and all that, you don't know. You don't know if it's going to be a good investment. Real estate is something tangible. Real estate is something that, you know, you have to live somewhere. So no matter what happens, you're going to have to pay rent somewhere. So if you're living in a house and your mortgage payment is the same as what rent would be in the neighborhood anyway, you can't lose. You're getting tax write-offs. You get to keep some of your income. You get to keep way more of your income if you're an employee. You get to depreciate it whenever you need a little bit more money or to pay a little bit less money at the end of the year. So yes, take the money out of the 401k, put it towards your down payment in real estate. 9 times out of 10, it's a way better place to put your money. And people usually have a harder time saving in their checkings account than their 401k. So max out your 401k, get as much money in there as you can, put it towards a down payment, build it back up. Who else? What other question did we have here? All right, so Barry Wilkinson, hi from Vancouver, Canada. How are you? 0 down payment, is it safe? Where's that other question? Oh, 2008, lost my home in Santa Clara, working on that credit. Wife and I should be ready to buy, hopefully next year if all goes well. Absolutely. So if you're in a situation where you don't think you're ready to buy, which by the way, we've had 5 people come to us recently and say that they're not ready, but probably in a year or so. And we said, okay, well, give us your stuff so we can start getting your ducks in a row to get qualified. And they already qualified, 3 of them out of 5. So a lot of times you do qualify and you don't know it. And if you don't, the biggest mistake people make is they wait until they feel they're ready, and then they realize, oh, if you would have done this 3 or 4 months ago, you'd be ready right now. So you want to start now. Like, the worst that happens is, okay, the credit's bad. Here's what we need to do to fix it. But a lot of people don't realize that sometimes paying off an old debt hurts your credit. So that's a tip I'll go into real quick. You got a hospital bill or a credit card bill or some type of debt that you had 5 years ago and you haven't touched it because whatever reason, you were mad at them, you felt like they shouldn't have put that on there, you feel like they don't deserve it, or maybe you were just short on cash, right? Well, 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, sometimes even 1 year ago, that's considered old debt, old problems. There's been no activity on it for a year or 5 years. That's an old thing. What's been happening in the last few months, right? Now, as soon as you make a payment, a minimum monthly payment, or even pay off 80% of it, now that's a new problem. You've got a new problem showing up there, a new delinquent account. So it went from an old delinquent account to a new delinquent account. And so meet with your loan officer before you go paying off stuff. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to. Sometimes people go and they're like, I paid off my truck. It was $20,000 I owed on my truck. Well, your monthly payment was only $400. You could have used that money to help you with the down payment that you needed. Or you could have used that money to pay off a credit card where the credit cards was only $6,000 and your minimum monthly payment was $400 a month. It would have been a better return on investment because it's not about how much you owe. If one person owes $10,000 in debt and another person has $100,000 in debt, but both of them have the same $1,000 a month minimum payment, then they qualify for the same, or they have the same amount of debt hurting them. It's $1,000 a month. Doesn't matter if you owe $1 million. If it's $1,000 a month, that's what they look at. They don't look at the amount that you owe. They look at the monthly payment. You guys should share this into some groups for more viewers. Absolutely, we will. Matthew McClawson. Tim Rudolph joined. What's up, Tim? Hope you're doing well, man. He said that the Vanderlei, Justin Daly said that Silva was a good one.
Oh, thank you, Justin. Appreciate that.
David WG said,
let's show his flyer one more time so everybody sees this.
How about we will cripple your down payment?
Check it out. This is for our open house. There's this logo if anybody wants to reach him.
Testing Blue Media. Okay, Colette Lori Gallagher, I would answer. Did you send one that I didn't answer? I'm sorry, it was probably 100 comments back. We will cripple. Sergio said thank you.
We're going to have to wrap this up shortly, Jason.
All right.
So.
Our listings are knockouts. Chris Paulson says, do you ever talk to Dana White?
Ooh, I talk about Dana White. No, I don't talk to Dana White anymore. Big surprise. As most people know, Dana's not a friend of anybody that's retired from the UFC.
Ooh.
Kind of seems like after people leave, he forgets about them. But I'll leave that.
Is there anyone who's retired from him that's still cool? That's retired from UFC that's still cool?
Is there anybody that's retired from the UFC that's still cool?
That's still cool with him.
Well, I mean, I think his two boys, Chuck Liddell and Matt Hughes. You know.
Crippler, what makes you more nervous, getting in the cage or trying to close a deal on a home?
Probably trying to close a deal on a home.
Yeah.
Probably newer. You know, when you're fighting, truth is, you don't have time to be nervous, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I'm nervous the week before the fight. But by the time I show up to Vegas, I've got those blinders on. It's game time. I'm there to do what I'm trying to do. And, you know, you just don't have time for emotion.
How has your boredom been since you stepped out of fighting? I guess he's asking, has it been hard to replace that excitement of getting ready for a fight, fighting, and then having the highs and the lows after the fight?
Well, you know what? I definitely don't miss the lows. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? I stay busy. You know, I'm in the arena every day. You know, I'm working on a new fitness training program called Core Fit, which is similar to CrossFit, but I think a lot better. Been working on that, promoting that. I wrote a book, also real estate. You know, so there hasn't been a lot of downtime.
So, what's up, Jason? I saw Chris hula hoop. Super awesome.
Oh, dude, we are not going to talk about that. And I'm going to get back at you for that one, Jason. That was not cool.
You've been talking about that ever since.
That was not cool. I spent my whole life trying to look cool, trying to be tough. Then you've got me up in front of 200 people with a purple hula hoop.
Colette said we look so cute. Awesome tour.
Cute isn't what I'm going for, but thank you.
Mikey Lawrence said you could turn that garage into a gym.
Yes, you definitely could.
So I'm gonna see. I know a few people are saying we didn't answer their question. Chris, you're still my favorite star ever from Tough. Marcus Wilborn.
Thanks, man.
Josh Snyder said he'll fight you for this home.
If we could fight for this home, I would fight you for this home. Trust me.
Chris Paulson says you should have a sweepstakes to train with the Crippler.
Unfortunately, you don't get this home on a UFC paycheck. Not unless you're a Diaz or a Conor McGregor.
Yeah, shout out from Everett, from Brandon Kinder. Crippler will knock out all the barriers to buying or selling your new home.
Yes, there we
Crippler
go.
cares, run with it. I would answer the door if he knocked, is what I meant. Oh, okay. She's saying that she would answer the door if you knocked. If you can't get excited about fighting anymore, you'll get excited when you sell that home. Make that money. Tim Rudolph.
Word.
Wow. And then we had a few people, included Donald Stevens, that said we need to do more of these live streams. They loved it.
We're gonna
Yes.
be doing a lot more of these live streams. We got a lot more tips. Me and Jason actually got some big plans on we're just gonna tips, things about real estate, things that people don't know that they want to know.
Yes.
And so we're gonna make sure to make these a regular part of our business.
Send us your referrals to your friends and family members that need to buy or sell, or even if they need to refinance. Anything real estate related, we want to come to the top of your mind. And if we can't help them, we'll refer them to someone who can. But if they're buying or selling or refinancing, we could definitely help them. Even if it's commercial property, I do some of that. And then if it's something outside of the commercial realm of my expertise, we have associates, so we have a big team that can help with that.
Awesome. Right on, guys.
We're going to be doing a seminar, so we want you guys to come to our seminar. We're going to have a first-time home buyer seminar. We're going to have a veteran seminar, and we're going to teach you guys how to flip homes. We promise we're going to give you guys a tip on how to flip homes with zero money out of pocket. There's a lot we could talk about flipping homes, but one of the easiest, simplest, no money out of pocket ways to do it is find the deal, bring it to us, and that's it. You'll get paid the highest return on investment because you'll spend no time, no effort, no money, and you'll get a check when the deal closes. That is the simplest way, and you could be like, I flipped that home and made some money off of it. And we'll be the ones to fix it up, put the $50,000 to $100,000 into the rehab, marketing it, reselling it, and all that hard stuff and all that high risk activity that comes with the flipping of the home. We'll do it. So you can't lose, but you could gain thousands of % ROI on your time.
Right on. Peace, guys.
I think you guys are spawning a show at Justin Daly. You're going to be awesome at real estate. Just put your heart into it like you did fighting.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys. Check us out, StewartEstatesTeam.com. Follow us on Facebook, the Stewart Estates Team on Facebook. We're going to be posting a lot more of this awesome content for you guys. Share this video. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
Peace.